Okay, guess I'm live. Hey everybody, welcome to GoForGreenLiving Live. Welcome to our homestead. I'm getting ready to turn this down. Okay, hey everybody. There it goes. I never beat it for some reason. All right, yeah. Today's topic. Hey everybody. Hey Palmetto Paratrooper. Hey T Teresa Flory. Hey Bob. Hey Freaky. Hey Sherry. Hey Simply. Hey Tawana. Hey Full Spectrum. Pinwoods, man. Wow, getting a lot of people in here. So, it's Anna's bedtime, so you might see her, but you might not. You know, she's supposed to be in bed. So, hey, Dolphin Man, Mom Pop Park, Shepherd for Her, Carol Hall, Silver Moon, Homestead. Hey, Susan. Hey, everybody, and it's that time of year. Y'all know it. It's planting. I cannot wait anymore. I am planting everything. I've started seeds, and I'm digging through, finding all my seeds. I love this time of year. It is my absolute favorite favorite time of year is planting, and you know, you just got so much hope, so much. What? Come on. Well, come on. Krista, she's organizing everything. She's writing everything down. She's telling me, look, you need to have this and this and this planted. And I love having a chart so I don't forget things and keeps me on.
And we know where we're putting it.
And we know where we're putting everything too. But I have seeds out. I have seeds under the desk. I have the 2 bags full of seeds under the desk, of different things. So when I'm working on the computer, I can keep them close, and and I can just kind of dig through them. But so Anna is dying to say hello to everybody. So she jumped out and scared everybody.
I came out of nowhere.
You came out of nowhere. You just jumped right out there and scared her.
I actually ran and jumped at the same time.
All right, go. Do it again.
Wah! Wah!
Yeah, she's delirious. That's why it's her. Hey, Maniac. Grandma, I'm glad you found turmeric. We're looking for some more around here. We only have 18 plants this year, and of course we got a new family here too. So we want to grow 30. This year instead of just the 15. So Tawana said, hey, Anna.
Hey.
And
T Teresa Flory and Jeannie's and Camus. Tell everyone hey.
Hey, everybody.
You scared Dolphin Man. Yeah, so yeah, it's digging out seeds and finding the seeds I put up last year of particular tomato plants and stuff like that. And I mean this I got like this thing. Let me show you in here. It's got bought seeds because we receive. Oh, Nicole says she's in, by the way. Okay, just tell her to make a comment, or the random comment picker won't pick her. Just
is that about earlier or about seeds?
Oh, are you talking about land or
Jenny said hey.
Oh yeah, Bob said hey. Anna sees her name and she's starting to learn how to read. So she's really excited to see everybody saying hey to her because she can kind of read it now. And she'll go, if she don't know, she'll go, what's that say? And then she'll know it by the next time. So let me show y'all in there. Y'all see that we buy our seeds and we save our seeds and all that kind of stuff. But in the front, I have the worst horrible If it wasn't for my wife, I would never keep track of anything. But just so I remember
Good
that.
night. I gotta brush my teeth and go to sleep.
Where did I see that?
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Simply, that's cool. Yeah.
Everybody's saying good night.
Yeah, but see, I put things up in seeds like this. See if you can see what that says. Birdhouse, birdhouse gourd. Okay, it is. I put them up, and last year I was even printing off uh, little pieces of paper, making my own seed packs. Those tomato seeds, these tomato seeds right here. Of course, oh, I hope they aren't open. There's a little hole, so the paper, paper. You got to be careful of the paper. Making your own paper seed packs, but these seeds, I paid for 20 of them. I paid $70. I know that's crazy, but these are grafting, what you graft to. So when we have your heirlooms, you grow these for the root stock. So, but I have extra. These are some that I actually, grew the plant and got the seeds. So, who can afford $70 for 20 seeds? So that was just crazy. But I have, a lot of them, and I collect the best tomatoes from the best plants. So it's not just the plant. I mean, if it could be, the like the tomato plant, it could be just, have 10 of the same plants right in a row, like park swapper, and one of them grows like the string of, huge tomatoes all the way down, and the others are just growing single tomatoes all around. Of course, I'm going to collect the seeds from the ones that's growing the strings from the best of the best. My prettiest and best tomato, I usually don't eat it because I'm collecting the seeds from it. I know that's crazy, but I figure I can. They all taste the same, and I'll just cut off a bad spot and just eat that one and save the seeds from the good ones. I know that's nature, but all right now. Sorry, straight out. I need my glasses. These are generous seeds. Y'all see how many I collected last year? I collected a bunch. Now this generous tomato it's a flat tomato. It comes across like that, but it's about that big around and a flat tomato. So it makes sandwich tomatoes. And when it plays its name generous, it is not kidding around. It literally, you have 100 on one plant. So I'm planting everything I can for now I'll even plant my squashes now and put them in cups. I'm doing that spring seed series, and good night, baby. I love you.
Love you.
But I'm doing that spring seed series, and I'm showing everything that I'm planting. Like today, I planted moringa, I planted tobacco,
Good night.
I planted peppers, I planted tomatoes. We got seed started just, it's fixing to be busted open. I already took out already sprouted seeds have already come out of the seed starter because I have a little greenhouse inside the big greenhouse, and so I'm already taking stuff out, just making room, squeezing stuff in there. Like, oh, I need to start some of these, and I need to start some of these. I like to start my watermelons and my cucumbers and my squashes way early, so that I'm actually getting a harvest, as early as the middle of next month. So, that's early, but I'll keep planting, and through all the season, because we got to get back into it. But last year we didn't grow anything mostly through the winter because we were working on so many other things. But we're getting back into the swing of things where we're growing year round, and so we've been producing food all year round. So, but I just want to show y'all some of the seeds that I put back. This is supernatural tomato seeds. Supernatural is another rootstock, and I actually didn't pay as much for them, but I paid $11 for 20 seeds of the supernatural. But you can see that I have, you know, quite an abundance of them seeds now. All right, that one does not have a name on it. Oh, bummer. I'd say I was putting them all up last year, and pink oxheart. You know, I know everybody knows what pink oxheart are. They're kind of like they're the size of an oxheart, so they're about this big, and they're smooth skin, so they're solid heart-shaped tomato. Really awesome flavor, really big production. Sometimes when you graft a pink oxheart, you know, when you graft an oxheart, you sometimes you'll split them. They grow so quickly that the skin will split, but they still taste the same. I got some more of them $69 for 20 seeds, you know, ones. So these are from my 2-pound 11-ounce yellow brandy wine, and you don't believe that's all the seeds it had in it, you know. But I still ate some of it, so you know there was a lot of tomato there. But I saved the seeds because you know, I want to duplicate that some more. Parts. Now this one I'm excited. This is that Parks Whopper that I keep bragging about, that grew the 1-pound tomatoes, you know, about this big, in a string down to the ground. I mean, every time it would send out, you know, like 1 or 2 tomatoes, it would send out a string of these huge tomatoes. So something I'd never seen before. So it took up a special trait. So I saved all the seeds I could in that one. So we'll be trying to see if it'll do the same thing this year as it did last year, because that was really good. This is red brandy wine. You know, it's I got this one from a 2-pound tomato, so it's doing good. I hope I'm not missing a bunch of questions. I'm sorry if I am. I mean, it's Anna's bedtime, so we're just talking about tomatoes and planting stuff anyway. This is called Traveler's tomato, and the seeds in the whole tomato, it might have 1 or 2 seeds. So you see how many I've managed to collect. But a traveler's tomato is, you know, it started over in England, and the reason they call it a traveler's tomato because it's kind of bumpy, and it's bumpy all over. And Krista's favorite. But as you're traveling, you break off one of the bumps, you eat it, then you put it back up, and then you keep it's like 100 cherry tomatoes all glued together. So you're just breaking off these pieces as you walk. So that's why they call it a traveler's, because you know you just eat little bits of it as you travel, and it's just like this great big lumpy 100 cherry tomatoes hooked together kind of thing. It's really cool, but it's really good if you just like raw tomatoes and you want to take it as a snack or something like that, you know, put in somebody's lunch, because it's not messy. It's just you can break off a piece and eat it with your hands. So we'll be growing some more of them. I'm excited. You know, I'm excited about this. Yeah, there's a going through seeds here as we talk. Most of these are cold crops, so they'll be going right back right back into the root cellar, so that I can start them later on. Now I have this is oh, now this is the tree tomato, and you know they grow. No hole in it. I gotta bend that over, but they grow like a tree. I mean, they grow 30 feet. So you have to really be prepared to string these up. And I mean, the production's okay, but it isn't spectacular. I have seeds I saved, but I'll probably be trying to sprout these just to cycle out my seeds. Yeah, there's some in there, but these are the blueberry tomatoes. Then we've done a lot on these blueberry tomatoes. If you look them up, these are the only ones that have proven to cure cancer. So you know, these are necessary in your greenhouse or in your garden. You need blueberry tomatoes. So they're low acidity too, Krista said. Now I got several of those. These are the pineapple tomatoes. I saved a bunch of those. As far as a juicy, flavorful tomato, this is your tomato, because if you don't mind juice, you know, run out when you bite into it, like it's, you know, juicy, nice tomato. It's yellow, low acid. I have a bunch of those seeds, and oh, here's what the generous tomatoes they look like. They're kind of flat and round, perfect for blueberry tomatoes. They taste like a actually they're one of the best tomatoes you ever tried. You really would have to try one, but they have a tomato flavor, but they taste wonderful. But this is the generous ones. Remember the ones I said that are flat and they just generous, have like 100 tomatoes on each plant. That's a and there's one of them supernatural packs. That's one of the supernatural packs where I paid $11 for 20 seeds. You know, that was crazy. Now the reason you want these rootstocks is because these rootstocks are disease resistant. And if you were to let one of these tomatoes grow, which you know I did, and they said they had unedible tomato, but it didn't taste that bad to me. It ripened up red and all that, but I saved a bunch of seeds. But anyway, it grows very, very vigorous, very, very fast. And if you graft your heirloom tomatoes on top of it, they're going to do the same thing. So you actually get the size of tomatoes that you want. So that's why I spent the investment to get those seeds. I know they're crazy expensive, but you know, after the first year, I had enough that I never needed to buy them again. But a beanstalk. I don't know what y'all talking about in the chat. Yeah, Sherry. Yeah, Sherry looked up pictures of the traveler tomato. It's awesome, ain't it? It's just like a bumpy 100 cherry tomatoes glued together. So anyway, today I was I got videos coming for, you know, y'all know I'm doing the spring seed series, and I'm just gonna try to make them quick, film everything that I'm planting just to show the methods that I plant them. And you know, we got moringa coming. You know, it's moringa. You know, everybody's asking me, how do you plant, you know, moringa? I mean, how do you get it to sprout every time, and how do you have so many of them? Because I grow them from seeds and people have trouble. You know, I go through that. I explain how to actually plant a moringa plant so that you're guaranteed, you know, 99% chance that it's going to sprout, you know, as long as you got a good viable seed. So I show you the method that we use, and See, it can grow from seed up until you know, I would say 3 months. It'll be 16 foot tall in the greenhouse. And you know, I cut it off, and you know, I harvest it, cut it off at 4 feet, and then it'll be 16 foot 2 more times that I can harvest off that one plant. Uh, and I'm not heating the greenhouse, so they don't carry through for the full year. But it's a lot of moringa to grow, especially when we plant so many of them. We grow at least 40 of them to do that, so we can have enough moringa to get us through the year. And we've been sharing it, so it's pretty awesome. So planted the moringa today. Got the video coming. It's a rendering right now as we speak, and I was hoping it wouldn't affect the computer any. And I also planted tobacco. You know, we've seen a lot of videos on tobacco and all that, and nobody smokes around here, so don't think we're growing it to smoke, but for the medicinal values. And somebody was telling us, we saw somewhere, I want to do more research on it, but you give one leaf to your animals and it's a natural wormer, you know, so you never have to worm them.
And it stops burns. It, like, you put it on the burn, it don't burn no more. And it pulls out poison from bee bites and ant bites and stuff.
Yeah, Krista's telling me, coaching me from it fixes burns, it pulls out bites, you know, pulls out when you get an ant bite or a bug bite, pulls out poison.
Like
Some
snake bite, the Indians use it for snake bite.
Indians use it for snake bite. Do you ever get the moringa to the seed stage? Yes, we have gotten. One time we had, that's the seeds we are using. One time it went to a pod, and the pod was about 2.5 feet size, and you know, I thought, well, hey, it's gonna, but the moringa itself was this big around. We did really something right with that, and it made it through 2 years. But yeah, the pod was like 3 foot long, and it just kind of bloomed the whole time. But you know, it never, you know, that's what we only got the one pod, but we were harvesting the leaves off of it and all that. So we're hoping to try to duplicate that again, you know, as we try to stabilize the temperature in the greenhouse. Hey, breakaway homesteader. But yeah, Krista was saying all the benefits of tobacco and everything. So we're not growing it for, you know, for anybody to smoke. It's because it is such a medicinal herb. And, you know, one thing too, I mean, if something did happen, just think of what a bartering tool that would be.
I believe it's an insecticide too.
Oh, it's an insecticide too. Yeah. That's you know, Chris is telling me, yeah, I've seen it on video. It's an insecticide. You spray it down to make it down to the oil, distill it down to the oil, and then you can use it on your plants to keep bugs from biting them. So more like an herb. Yeah, so that's what I say too. It's one of the herbs, and we just started smoking it and enjoying, I guess, being addicted to the nicotine. But we're not going to smoke it, and we're just going to grow it for the medicinal. Yeah, tobacco. You know, Penwoodsman said, yeah, tobacco would be great trading. You know, think about it. Somebody, you know, something was to happen, you know, you say, well, I got a little bit of tobacco. They'll be like, huh? Yeah, we traded 50 plants for something. I don't, what did we trade for? We traded for something, we bartered for it, and she ended up growing them. Susan, now we grow a lot of green beans here. I mean, that's we grow the purples, we grow the yellows, we grow regular, what are them called, the rattlesnake green beans, but our favorite green bean to grow is called the asparagus bean. And
Store-bought green beans just don't taste like homegrown green
she's in there just talking. I know you can hear, but she said store-bought green beans just don't taste like homegrown. But our favorite green bean to grow is the asparagus bean. But you better trellis it. I mean, it'll grow and grow and grow and grow and grow these like 4 foot long green beans. And at any point, they're edible. And I have grow a bunch of them in the greenhouse because they're one of my favorite snacks. I'll pick some the red celery leaves, a tomato, and some of them asparagus beans, and I'll just have me a snack out there, just in there. Watch out if there's a zucchini or squash or cantaloupe that's ready. Uh, Daniel, do you plan to eventually have a seed bank for selling seeds? Well, we hope to. We save a lot of seeds, and we because we believe, this is one of our beliefs, not pushing it on y'all, but one of our beliefs, that seeds will eventually be one of the new currencies. So a good productive seed anyway. I mean, you wouldn't, something was to happen and you were trading goods for seeds, you better make sure they're good seeds, or they're going to have some unsatisfied customers in. Yeah, but eventually we want to have a seed bank. We've had it a few times and done very well, but unfortunately it ended up hurting our bank because we weren't ready yet. So we're trying to grow stuff, just like those seeds you see of all the best of the best tomatoes. Is I saved the seeds and with those, so I'm not picking out the worst tomato. I said I'll just save seeds from that bad tomato. No, I saved the best tomato. We get our seeds from, we got these right here from uh, uh, raredseeds.com, seedsnow.com. We have a bunch of seedsnow.com, and actually, if you go to seedsnow.com, you use the link below, and when you're checking out, use the code survival. You'll actually get 15% off of your seeds. So this is a real good chance for y'all to stock up on seeds or get ready for your planting. They have a lot of good tomatoes, a lot of good peppers, a lot of good potatoes. We got some English potatoes that we're looking forward to growing. So that's where we get our seeds. Seedsnow.com, rareseeds.com, Baker Creek. These the grafted tomatoes, that grafted seed tomatoes that you want for the root stock. I got them from Amazon and eBay and anywhere I can find them cheap as possible, because you go searching for them and you're looking at $69-$70 a piece for some of those. And uh but yeah, there's a, oop, sorry, little bug. Sorry, it was flying too close. I have bought from Totally Tomato. Yes, I have bought from Totally Tomato, Old as Dirt, and I used to buy them from them continually. And then they changed. They changed completely, and it kind of was. They used to have all kinds of seeds. You could find any kind of tomato that you were looking for, and now they've narrowed it down. And now it's kind of like I just go someplace else to get it for cheaper than that. But I'm nothing against Totally Tomato, but you can always get the seeds a little bit cheaper, especially if you go to seedsnow.com. They will blow Totally Tomato away. We'll get some big. Everybody's talking away. I thought they called also there is not a selection. I thought they changed also there is not the selection. Yeah, exactly. Old as Dirt. it's not the selection it used to be, because the book used to be thick and you could go through the yellows and the whites and the 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 reds and they had descriptions of every tomato, had tomatoes for your area and temperatures and stuff like that. I think they were really doing good there. They had all my business at that time, and but since they changed, I kind of like, well, I can just get these cheaper someplace else, for the same thing. Everybody has those. They went to an everybody kind of seed place. They went to where they had the same seeds as everybody else. Um, so when you said could cure cancer, that was it blueberry? If you Where did you get those from? I got those from rareseeds.com, and it's the blueberry tomato. If yeah, the ones that cure cancer. Uh, yeah, yeah, Susan, they have to use the link below, and the link in the description below, and then put in the code survival, or because this helps support Go for Green Living too. Now you can go there and use survival, and they won't do nothing for Go for Green Living. But if you use the link below, which doesn't cost you nothing, that helps support Go for Green Living. Yeah, and they always having sales and all kinds of stuff, and we got our seeds really quick from them. I mean, like 2 or 3 days, you have your seeds in hand, and you're digging through them. And I got my seeds now. What am I gonna do? These. Oh, let me show you the pack here. Uh, these were the pack of Maxi Fort right there. I know that might be backwards for y'all, but this was $69 for 20 seeds. They give me a big enough pack. I have like 4 in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them. We have a bunch of seeds saved, but I'll be planting these too. So because can't put these to waste either. So thank you, Simply. Thank you for doing that. Yeah. So anyway, the planting the seeds now. Now we are growing, and I haven't seen anybody's challenge of the giant pumpkin challenge yet. But if somebody knows of a giant pumpkin challenge, go tell me about it, because I want to enter it, because we have some pumpkins that say they're minimum 300 pounds. I want to see that. Bad thing about it is that we would probably eat it. So we'll can it. We'll be canning for a month. Here we go. We got pumpkin here. But yeah, so anybody that sees anything about tag me in it about the giant pumpkin, because I would like to be in whatever contest, whoever's having the contest of the giant pumpkin, because we're going to try it this year. And we grow jack-lanterns and white pumpkins and sugar pumpkins for eating and all that. So so we grow a lot of pumpkins. It just I'd like to try my hand at growing a giant one time. Because true. If you get one, you're supposed to only have that one pumpkin on the whole vine. You're not supposed to let another pumpkin grow on it. But if it's 300 pounds, it's the same as growing jack-o'-lantern. So I don't see the difference there. If you grow a massive pumpkin, especially if you get it 500 pounds. Wow, that would be something. So anyway, anybody see anything on YouTube about the pumpkin contest, please tag me in it, because we're going to be in it this year, and we're going to try to win. I've never grown one either. So but I've grown plenty of other pumpkins, because we really like pumpkins here. We bake the seeds. There's and can the meat, and us and all of the animals eat the meat from that, because it's a natural wormer. So pumpkin pies,
diarrhea.
And it stops something else Krista said, but I can't.
And it's good in bread.
It's good in bread. Oh yeah.
Pancakes.
Pancakes. Yeah. Oh, she's gonna get me hungry out here. Yeah, but so we grow a lot. So we're going to try the giant one and see if it pays off by having one big one instead of, well, we're still gonna grow jack-o'-lanterns, and we're still gonna grow the sugar sweet pumpkins, because they're just everywhere, and didn't take them very long, and we're harvesting, canning those and putting them up. Yeah, the sweet ones and the contest ones. One she wondered about, the giant, 300-pound pumpkin. Can you imagine that? I know some of y'all probably already grown one like that size, but I'm gonna give it a shot. You never know. Last year we had a drought. There's no way I'd been able to do it last year. We had a 4-year, 4-month drought. No rain at all. All right, Teresa. I'll see you later. Thanks for stopping by. But that was like a 100-year drought, so it ain't gonna happen this year. So this year, really planning for a good growing season. So yeah, the giant pumpkins are going in there. Plenty of green beans, plenty of the asparagus green beans, because I'd actually like to not eat them all and can some of them, so I have some for the whole year, because I certainly do miss them. What was that, babe?
We need to get a drip system going, or a rain catchment around our garden.
Yeah, we need a rain catchment around our garden.
Or a drip system.
Hey, Roy. Oh, you're in Alabama? That's cool. Yeah, so what's the best tomato for spaghetti sauce? The Homesteader. Homestead tomato. There you go. But now, you could get complicated in this, and I don't want to try to get complicated. I once made spaghetti sauce from, this is how I started making my spaghetti sauce. The very first time, I had a bunch of different colored tomatoes. There were yellows, there were whites, there were greens, and reds. The green zebras, and there were red tomatoes. A bunch of mainly red tomatoes. So, makes me hungry. I'm sorry, but we put them all in the pot and we cooked them down spaghetti sauce, and that was the best spaghetti sauce I ever had. And it was not deep red color, but it was still amazing. Flavor was just incredible. But as far as the best, it's probably going to be the Homestead tomato. The Ace tomato is really good, because that's one Heinz ketchup uses. So
I don't think so.
and well, they might have changed it. Krista said they might have changed it. It's one they used to grow. Now I think they use the Ace 55, which is a hybrid off the Ace. Roma tomatoes seem to cook thicker. I mean, nothing against aroma. It's just, they're a little bit small. They're just bigger than a cherry, and they're. I mean, I know you can grow them a decent size, but you're not going to grow them big enough to, to make enough spaghetti sauce. I mean, it was going to take a pile of them, and then you're going to have to peel all of them. So it's kind of like I would rather grow the Ace or the Homestead, something bigger tomato. The pink Oxheart tomato. It's not going to give you the acid you would, but it's all meat, and it's it's one of those tomatoes that's like the Roma. It's not a slicing tomato. It's like all meat for sauces and stuff.
If people were working with spaghetti sauce and ketchup, wouldn't it be better to do their graft their tomatoes on rootstock?
Yeah, she's pointing out about grafting. I know y'all can't hear, but she's putting her in, but she might not be here right this minute. but she's putting her input in. It would be better if you want more tomatoes than you've ever grown on one single tomato plant, then graft that tomato plant to a good rootstock. And not only will you get more tomatoes, but you will get the right size. When the packet says, it says you get 2 pounds of tomatoes, you get 2 pound tomatoes in.
And healthy. Down. Well, down.
Come sit down.
Yeah, and they're not. She had to come in here about the tomatoes.
Okay, so with grafting, you graft whatever variety you want your spaghetti sauce or your ketchup or whatever. You graft it onto your root top, and you don't have as many pest problems. You don't have a lot of problems, period, and you get more out of your tomato plant. So yeah, we definitely got to get some rootstock going.
She can't resist when we're talking about something that we both love, and this is a passion of ours, is tomatoes, because as everybody knows, we grew 375 tomato plants, and at one time. So we pretty much think of ourselves as expert tomato growers, and plus I've been doing it for since I started homesteading over 20 years ago. I heard if you freeze tomato, it makes it easier to peel for canning. Well, we don't really know about that, but I heard if you just drop them in boiling water just for a minute, that's the way we do it, just for a minute or two, and pull them out, and the skin will crack and it'll peel right off. I mean, from cold water to hot water, it's just like a glass. It'll break, it'll fracture, and they peel right off. And easy peeling. But we usually, it's just easier to do that way. Yeah. So, but anyway, the boiling water is the best way we do it. But anyway, when you're doing 150, 200, see, that's the thing about it. When we had 375 tomato plants, we were thinking, we could handle that many tomatoes, and it was just totally impossible for all of us to handle that tomatoes. And we got to the point where we were just giving out bagfuls, every day, bagfuls, just to stay ahead, to keep them from dying.
Tomatoes. Well, all right, let's answer these questions. Silver Moon asked, just to verify, you said the Homestead tomato for sausage. Yes, and paste, I believe.
And
it's
paste.
All around. Breakaway Homesteader, what's the name of that rootstock tomato? That is, we have two.
Yeah, well, the expensive one is called Maxi Fort, but the only one, that one has been genetically altered to be to be what it is today. But if you go with Supernatural, that's exactly it. It's supernatural, and it's just a naturally unedible tomato, they say. But I eat the tomatoes, so.
But us with tomatoes, if you want to grow tomatoes all year round and really get the full season out of tomatoes, you plant in spring, summer, and fall, and you don't have to start the seeds. Once you start the tomato plant, you just cut the suckers off. And of course, if you're gonna do the rootstock, which I think is the best way to have healthy tomatoes and really get the full extent, as many tomatoes as you can produce on one plant, if you're really wanting to put up your own tomatoes instead of having to buy them at the store, you just keep the suckers coming off during July and August. Well, June, July, and August.
Penwood's man asked, what's the best tomato to dehydrate? now if depending on what you're going for, now if you're going for sun-dried tomatoes, then your meat tomatoes, like your pink ox hearts, your generous, your Romas, that style, the meat, the downward uh, facing tomatoes are the best for sun-dried tomatoes. But now, if you're going for the powder, which this year we're really going to concentrate on the powder, we would like to put up, a jar like this of powder
That lasts us a year.
that would last us a year, but this would be the equivalent to about 400 to 500 tomatoes made into a powder.
But it actually lasts us over a year for our soups, because
Yeah.
we're soup people. But I want to make sure to put enough up for spaghetti sauce and ketchup. I don't want to have to buy any of that this year. All the high fructose corn syrup. Daniel, is there a site that lists tomato varieties from the 70s, even if no longer sold? Trying to remember a name and maybe can find private market.
Yeah, well, that would be cool. But full spectrum ask, what do you use the powder in primarily? We put it in everything. It if you want it to hydrate back, just put it in a little bit of water. It'll hydrate, be puffy little bitty sections of tomato. But I'll put it in eggs. I'll put it in soups. I'll put it in. We make sauces with it. We make. You can easily make paste with it. You can do so many things with it.
You can even.
But it's perfectly preserved and lasts about 20 years because it's completely dehydrated as a powder.
We're here now. You may start. Big Bear said.
So hey guys, how y'all doing?
If you don't want to make your tomato sauce, your paste, your spaghetti sauce, your ketchup, or any of that immediately, you can dry those. When you dry them, you want to make sure to only dry the tomatoes you want to use as paste, and then label them, and then the ones for sauce, and then because certain tomatoes are good for different things, but that one year we just mixed them all up.
Yeah, we just mixed them all up. It was just yellows and greens and whites, and just made a powder. And we made what's that size jar that we made?
The biggest canning jar.
The biggest canning jar that you can get for, like the big size canning jar, not the pint, but the quart. It's a quart. Yeah, we made a quart full, and it took me a good month and a half to what? Oh, she wants the mouse.
Bob asked, do you have a video on tomato grafting?
Oh yes, this is one of I have several videos on tomato grafting, so
we can renew that one this year.
Yeah, which we'll be doing new ones because they call me the mad scientist of the greenhouse. We graft tomatoes to potatoes, and we graft almost 99% of our tomatoes. It's just the way to go. I mean, and it's not. You would think I'm cutting off two perfectly healthy, happy plants, but after they heal, they're one plant. They work together and they keep disease resistant. Most people lose their tomatoes when it gets August. They are not producing tomatoes anymore because their tomato plants have gotten wilt, they've gotten blight. They're piddling out. But these tomato plants are plants that can be living forever. They can keep growing, but the diseases just beat them out. So by grafting them, you're stopping the diseases from hitting them, and they'll grow all the way into the frost.
Well, and until you can't reach them no more.
Yeah.
Because once they keep growing, they no longer produce tomatoes on the bottom. They're only on the top. We nearly had tomatoes as tall as the greenhouse last time. Cherry asked, how do you make the powder? Do you dehydrate and then pulverize? Yes, we dehydrate it and then we pulverize it in my food processor.
But you could do it in the blender or
Mhm.
you know, any hand crank chopper or anything like that.
Yeah, we like when we're
But if
making
I
the powder, we like them to be crispy. So we'll slice them thin, and we like them to be crispy.
we pretty much make the powder, like garlic powder or anything that you would buy at the grocery
Daddy,
store. But
Daddy.
after a while,
Daddy,
it
look.
kind of hardens up, so you just have to put
Daddy,
your spoon in it
I
first
see you,
thing.
baby.
You know what? As a kid,
I see the pin.
it has 4 cameras.
You remember when as a kid you got your first 4-way color pen? You know, I got her one, so you know
What?
she's discovering that.
Oh.
So yeah, the dehydrated, we really like the to make them crispy as possible, and then put them in the food processor, and they turn into a powder. But they're still a little bit chunky, and when you add them to water, you see the piece of tomato in there, and they're really good. I mean, even sun dried you leave them leathery, so that they're big, they're large. You don't want them to get crunchy. You want them leathery, for throwing in Alfredo, or throwing in chilies and stuff like that.
Vigorous grafting is fun. And do you de-seed them before you dry them? No.
No.
We only de-seed the tomatoes that we're saving for seed.
Yeah, we only de-seed the ones we're saving for seed.
What is the oldest seed you have planted? My husband found some from 2005.
I
Daniel,
have some from 1996.
well, I found some green bean seeds last year from 2000.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, they still, as long as they're saved properly, they're still try them. It ain't gonna hurt nothing to try them. I had some uh from 96. I had some black beans, and I planted a row, and it was just a small row, but I only had 10 spot for 10, and 8 of them came up, and they were from 96. I was like, well, right. Then of course I saved the black beans, and now we're plenty of black beans.
But we're not crazy about flat beans.
She's not.
Not unless they're in chili, and that's literally the only way I like black beans. I don't know why, but
Well, I've seen. I would like to grow enough to make the black bean hamburgers and stuff like that. And everybody talks about that. That they make it's an alternative meat. So that's why I want to produce a lot of black beans this year. So
cabbage hamburger.
yeah, cabbage hamburgers too.
It's a lot more about temps and light. I can trick well, I think you meant can I trick mine into producing what I need them?
Tomatoes are. How you make a tomato plant produce is you make that tomato plant think it's going to die. If you're giving a tomato plant everything it possibly needs, fertilizers, light, everything, and this plant will think it doesn't need to produce. It just wants to grow vegetation. It thinks it wants to live there forever. But if you stress it, if you let it neglect it from water for 1 or 2 days or something like that, the plant will start producing more vigorously, because you think, oh, I might not live forever here, so it starts producing. I know I don't think that, but it's just kind of built into its the plant. Hey, Deep South. What is your
Sheila asked, what is your favorite dehydrator, or do you dehydrate outdoors? We do both. Especially in the summertime, we'll dry tomatoes outside in the greenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as electrical, I just have a plain Jane Walmart round thing.
We think the best dehydrator is the Excalibur, and maybe one day we'll be able to pull this sword from this stone. So maybe one day to get the Excalibur, that would be nice. I mean, I would run the generator the whole time it was on, just to make sure it was covered. she's looking for questions and stuff.
That,
So y'all tell me, if we got a bunch of people in here, and what is y'all's favorite tomato to grow? And
My favorite is the little one.
then nobody better say better boy.
Cherry asked, do you use the skins when dehydrating tomatoes?
Yes, we just slice them, put them right in there. That goes quick. When you got 400 or 500 tomatoes to do in a day, that we don't skim, we don't seed, you're lucky if we core it.
She for her asked, what is the best way to save seeds? That's your goal.
Now we save seeds. We'll take the tomato juices and even squeeze the juices out of it and put it in a cup, and we add a little bit of water into that cup, and then cover that cup with a coffee filter and then with a rubber band. And what's going to happen is that's going to ferment in there, and it's going to get moldy and all nasty and looking and all that. But see, if you take another coffee filter and you dump it on it and you kind of rinse it off, all your seeds are right there, free and clear, from the gel, and then you just store them right then. I mean, dry them and store them out.
Big Bear says we have it at Excalibur and we love it. Silver Moon said, I read somewhere that if you stress moringa, said it will stimulate them to produce seeds also.
She's going up. Yeah, so
okay, so back down to that. Everyone's saying their favorite tomato.
yeah, that's what I'm wanting to see. And she's
Big Bear said the red one.
there's a lot of red ones.
What is yours and why? Suburban asked you. My favorite tomato is Cherokee Purple.
That's one of our favorites too, Cherokee Purple. A grafted Cherokee Purple, you would never not graft again. You graft a Cherokee tomato, because I know you're getting tomatoes probably about this big, right? They kind of loop over like this. This is kind of like what a Cherokee purple looks like. But have you ever had a real Cherokee Purple? Grafted this big and not so curled over into a ball. They actually grow their potential. But we love Cherokee Purple. Our favorite is the blueberry. We can just eat them right off the vine. We never get enough to save or anything, because we just eat them right off the bush, and they produce hundreds and they're all gone by all three of us. So that's our favorite.
All right, honey, we got 3 minutes.
Well, go down. I gotta see everybody's seeds.
Sheila said any tomato.
Black cherry heirloom. Now I'd like to try the black cherry heirloom tomato.
Suburban said mortgage lifter tomato. Enough said. I like that one.
Yeah.
Amish paste is the best all around tomato. Deep South said.
Yeah, I want to try the Amish paste tomatoes too, and the mortgage lifter.
Some?
No, we don't got no seeds.
I think we do in a little plastic Ziploc.
I don't think so, but if we do, I want to try them. But I don't think we got any. And the mortgage lifter, I know we have some of them. They're good.
Deep South's in the South, so Amish paste is a must.
I've heard about Amish paste, and it's they got it from the Amish, and it's what they make their sauces out of. It's a really good paste tomato. I wonder what one of them would be like grafted.
Beefsteak's good.
Beefsteak. Now, I'm not a big fan of beefsteak. It's
if it's grafted.
If it's grafted, I'll grow some beefsteak this year, and I'm going to graft them so that I could stop giving beefsteak such a hard time.
Well, that one year we didn't graft it. It cracked a lot.
Cracked a lot, and it cracked a lot, and then there was only like 10 on one plant. 10 tomatoes on one plant, and I was just like, okay, that's kind of ridiculous. I couldn't even save seeds off of it, because 10 tomatoes on one plant, and I'm used to seeing 40 or 50, you know, so.
Dad?
Yes, dear.
White pearl.
White pearl.
Oh, there's a lot of tomatoes on this pipe, so then I run.
Yeah, we grow the great white tomato, and if you've never grown the great white tomato, then you need to grow it, because huge solid white tomatoes, I mean, they taste just like a regular tomato, low acid, but they really, like when you have a green one, a purple one, a yellow one, and a red one in a salad, people just, you know, that really helps. But you haven't tried the Penwoods, man. You haven't tried the Cherokee Purple. You need to try it, because it won the flavor test, national flavor test of tomato for like 6 years straight. And but if I had a second place tomato, it would be the Generous. As far as feeding our family, like if we were to have a tomato sandwich every day, one plant would have fed us as a tomato sandwich every day of this Generous, because they just kept going and kept going and kept going and kept going with tomatoes, and they were all good tomatoes. And but yeah, I definitely want to get some Amish paste, and I thank you for that tip, Deep South.
Big Bear, yeah, Deep South. Also about your carrot advice. Big Bear said, great show. Be going to go get ready to go live. You guys know where to go.
Dad.
Partisan Grow
Daddy,
said Amish paste is quite disease resistant. Could be
Yes,
a good grafter.
Am I hurting, Bubba?
No.
My trees in my yard.
Yeah, Deep South too. Thank you for the carrot tips. We're gonna try to carrots again. You know, we try carrots every year. We're never successful. So yet.
Daniel, ever grow the Abe Lincoln? I believe
we got some seeds this year. We're growing the Abe Lincoln this year. So I will be trying it out, and I will be grafting some of the Abe Lincoln too. So we got the Abe Lincoln from seedsnow.com.
Susan said it cracked because of moisture. Okie dokie.
It's a.
Dad, I'm putting her head to my chest.
I know. It's yeah, tomato sandwiches are really good, especially with homemade bread. Woo! Yeah, that's
maybe some tomato powder.
Well, we got the Denver Deep South. We got the Denver carrot seeds like y'all grow. So we we just gonna try to grow with y'all grow the short fingers, or
I grew carrots before, but
they took 2 years, and they were in pots.
Only because I started too late. I grew summer carrots and not winter carrots.
Well, I'm gonna tomorrow probably the moringa spring seed series will come out, and but I think everybody, that was I hope y'all enjoyed the show tonight, and yeah, I'm hungry too, ready for a tomato sandwich. I got my seeds here. You know how many tomato sandwiches are in this thing? Yeah, that's a lot of tomato sandwiches in there. And there's nothing like just going to having tomato sandwich. I'll go get a tomato and have a tomato soup. Yeah, tomato soup is also too. But anyway, guys, I hope y'all had a good time tonight, because we love having Denver half-longs. That's it. So we hate to copy y'all, but y'all are good teachers about stuff.
I had some of those seeds and
sell
them afterwards.
Yes.
They had a pat on the trees, and
Excuse me, they were old though.
All right, guys, we're gonna end the show now. I think there might be an insomnia club tonight. So everybody go where you're supposed to go. So you want to say it, Anna?
Ani, obey. Oh, the means I love you in Hebrew. What?
You forgot
Anya?
No, you forgot
good
to
night,
scream.
Anna.
Everybody says good night, Anna.
Is it so light?
Yes, it's too late.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.